For the demonstration of how to use shapes in order to draw some of your pattern pieces, we will practice drawing for a pocket. First thing that I'd like for us to do is to turn our grid on in case you do not have it on. Under the view, go to Show Grid, click that. Also under View, go to Snap to Grid, and when you click it, it will have a check mark next to it. That way, when your cursor gets close to any one of the intersections of the grid, the point that you set will automatically snap to it. And this actually makes it very easy then to work within increments of full inches or eighths of an inch, because that's how we have our grid broken up. So I'm going to come over here and get my rectangle tool. And to start off, we'll just draw the basic rectangle then for our pocket. I am going to get near one of the heavy intersection lines here. Click, and I'm holding the button down and I'm dragging, and as you can see, it kind of snaps to each of the intersections. That's a 1-inch square, but most pockets would be way too small at 1 inch for our full-grown adult-sized human hands. So let's go ahead and make it about 4 inches wide, and then there's the second dark line that's 2 inches deep, 3 inches deep. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm only 3 inches wide. 4 inches deep. Let's go ahead and make it a 5-inch deep pocket. So 4 inches wide, 5 inches down. All right, so there's our basic rectangle for that. There's another way that you can draw a rectangle, and in this case, let's go ahead and practice drawing perhaps a flap that's going to be for this pocket over the top. So we will want it to be 4 inches wide, just as wide as the pocket, but the flap probably only needs to be 1¼ inches long or deep. So another way you can draw a rectangle is single click, and with a single click it will make a pop-up. And right now the dimensions are the size of the last rectangle I drew, so it's 4 inches wide. It's the height that I need to change, and I'm going to change that to 1.25. So in a computer you do have to use your fractions of an inch as decimal points. And when I click OK, it will have set that rectangle from the corner point here where I first clicked. I'm going to use my black selection arrow, my object selection, just to kind of check and see if this is my little pocket flap. There it can be same width as a pocket. Usually when it's sewn on, it's set just a little higher than the pocket, and that sounds good. All right, so there's our pocket flap. One other way I'm going to show you how you can draw a shape is with the pen tool. All right, remember the pen tool is one where we can click and drop points in order to connect our lines for a shape. If you click, hold the button down and drag with the pen, you will establish a curved point. So I'm going to do another patch pocket, but it's going to kind of be a curved one with one edge sort of curved. So we'll do a single click and single click. I'm going to come over here though and do a click, hold, and drag. And notice I get my little control arms here, and from my last point established to this one where I just clicked, I am getting somewhat of a curve. So I'm going to establish that. I can always come back and edit it. I'm letting my finger up off of the button. I'm actually going to come right back to this point. See now the convert corner down by my pen? It's actually going to allow my left side there as a curve, my right side here, this control arm, I'm going to take it away. That way I make this a combination point. So it's got a curve to one side and a hard corner to the other half of the point. Now the rest of these I'm just going to single click, and when I get close to my originating point, see how next to my cursor it closes up as a circle? This will become a closed path. All right, we want to try and build most all our pattern pieces as a closed path. That will enable the seam allowance that we put on to work easier and better. So for this tutorial, I was just wanting to show you how to draw your shapes. You can use your shape tool, or you can use your pen tool to draw more irregular shapes. You can check out some more of the videos in this section on how to learn how to build shapes with shapes. And then in the chapter on this in this book for adding seam allowance, that's where I'll demonstrate where you will put seam allowance around these pockets.